Hey, welcome to episode 11 of the best episodes of Credit 101. The original episode for this was actually episode 30 of Credit 101. Again, it's over 200 episodes. It's 206 episodes of Credit 101 to be exact. So make sure you guys definitely check that out. And if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments, or if you guys have the course, leave me a comment within the course and I'll make sure I answer it for you. Now, to me, this is one of the top episodes because we need to understand our rights to an accurate credit report. I know we're not really talking in Credit 101 just about disputing, but this is a big part of credit. If something is not right, you need to know what it is, like, and what's your rights to it. Now, I do have a disclaimer, so let me make sure I read it. And we're going to go over this full, because I actually created a full 40-page, 4 pages guide that you guys need to go over. But I want to go over it all the way with you because this is very, very important. And I'd rather this information be out there for everybody, but download it because I actually have the real statutes on there. And, I'm in school right now. To be a lawyer, I'm working my way to actually being an attorney, be a lawyer. So I actually put the statutes on there for my personal use also. So let me actually read my disclaimer because we gotta make sure I say my disclaimer. I don't want any problems out of anybody. So I am not an attorney, and this guide is not intended to provide legal advice. This summary is for informational purposes only, and you should consult with a legal professional if you need specific advice about your rights. So if you need specific advice about your rights, you need to make sure you contact an attorney. I am not your attorney, okay? So definitely let's go over all these different things because it is a lot. If you guys have questions, put them down below in the comments. And if you guys don't have the Credit 101 course, it's $1 trial to start. Literally go down below in the description and in the comments and get the trial. Go ahead and get the trial for 7 days and stay. It's only $9.99 a month. You have over 40 downloads. This is one of them. And to me, this right here is worth more than $10. So I love, love, love the course. So the first thing is you need to understand that all of our rights are under FCRA. Okay, that's the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It provides consumer with several key protections. So we have a right to actually access our credit reports. So we are entitled to request a copy of our credit reports from each of the main 3 credit bureaus every 12 months. But since we have had the 2020 incident, y'all know what I mean, a big bang in 2020, we're still able to get our credit reports every week. So if you've been denied for credit or you face some adverse action, like they gave you higher interest rates on your credit cards, then you're entitled to a copy of your credit reports before that 12 months. So if we go back to that 12 months, just know when you are denied for credit, they're required to give you a copy of that credit report so you can see exactly what's the problems. You don't necessarily have to pay for a copy of your credit reports, okay? We have a right to dispute inaccuracy. So if you do see something is inaccurate on our credit report, the bureaus must investigate our claim, correct or remove any errors within 30 days. So that is one of our rights. If we send them a letter, they got to make sure that they remove this account from the credit reports, correct this account, and they have to do it within 30 days, but they have to respond too. Them not responding is that's not good either. It falls upon that too, that they're not responding because they had to do it within 30 days. We have the right to know when your credit report is used. So we have the right to know when our information is given out, basically, and what is it used for? Is it for a lender, a landlord, employer? So we have a right to know about this. We have a right to be notified of the name of the credit bureau that supplied this report too. And this usually comes from when you apply for a credit card, when you apply for a home, and you apply for a home, we have a right, and they usually gonna put that in our denial to say, hey, we pulled TransUnion, your credit score was 680. They're basically letting you know that at that time too. We have a right to limit access. So we can say who can actually get a copy of our credit report. Everybody just can't get a copy of our credit report. And we can also place a freeze on our credit report. We talked about that within the membership, placing a freeze on your credit report so you can prevent identity theft. These are rights that we have, you guys. And also we had a right to correct negative information. So any negative information that's on our credit report, we have to write for it. Late payments are usually going to stay on for about 7 years. Collections, 7 years from the date of delinquency. Bankruptcies, 10 years for Chapter 7, 7 years for Chapter 13. When it comes down to judgments and tax liens, these can no longer be on your credit report. And if these are on your credit report, judgments or tax liens, I gave you guys a free letter within the course. Look in the course and you'll see a copy of the free letter that you guys can use to remove those from your credit reports. But I gave you a free letter, multiple free letters too, for the other accounts like late payments, bankruptcies, collections, charge off. I gave you free letters for that also. But some of the common errors can be our personal information, like our incorrect names, address, social security numbers, accounts that don't belong to us that we didn't even open at all, a duplicate account. So duplicate account, they mean that they have the same account listed more than once. It's double jeopardy, y'all. Like, y'all hitting us twice. That's what I'm thinking about. So accounts that's listed as open when they're actually closed, and vice versa. They got accounts listed as closed, but it's actually open. That's an error. Payments marked as late when they're actually paid on time. Paid or settled collections still showing as unpaid. And again, tax liens, judgments, and bankruptcies reporting incorrectly or listed incorrectly. So that's something. Now, you guys make sure that you guys, if you want to dispute an error, all you have to do is gather all your information, submit a dispute. Well, I necessarily wouldn't suggest us to submit it online, but you could mail a dispute letter. Make sure that you guys check out the dispute letters that we have in the course, and then make sure you guys follow it up and do a CFPB complaint if you have to. If they continue to not remove it, do like I did, sue them. Okay, the simple as that. Get an attorney for that, or just do some of your research. Now, how long could this negative account stay on our credit reports? We kind of already talked about how long they're gonna stay on our credit reports for. So if you deny for any, so if your dispute is denied or they reject it, errors or whatever, then you have a right to reach out to the company that provided this inaccurate information. And that's why I say, like, when you want to talk to a collection company or you want to talk to them about an account that they're disputing, you got to dispute with the credit bureaus first. Once it come back verified, then you can talk to the collection company. That's something that you need to know. And then you have to understand that if the bureau does not correct the issue, then you can add a statement to your credit report. But to me, if they don't correct the issue, I'm not adding no statement, because these companies don't care about statements. They think that it's just all a lie. I'm going to personally sue and get this account deleted, period. So if the credit bureaus fail to resolve the issue, then make sure you file a complaint also with the CFPB. So again, maintain an accurate credit report. Look at your credit reports. We have every year we can get a copy of our credit report for free. You can get a copy of a free credit score too from aura.com/Rickita. They have a 14-day free trial with Aura. And then make sure you just check for errors. As soon as you see errors, just make sure you do something right away about these errors. Do not let these errors just sit on your credit report, because it's going to affect you in the end when you're applying for a credit card. You're not going to get good credit cards. You're not going to get the good 0% APR credit cards for 20 months. You're not going to get stuff like that. You're not going to get credit cards that offer you cash back, no annual fees. You're not getting those cards. So make sure you guys have the best credit score possible so that you can get these different cards. And I want to make sure I go over the full document, because this is necessary, you guys. You need to know these different statutes, like, for real. And maybe I'll start showing more things about this. But again, I'm not an attorney, consult with an attorney. But once I learned this stuff, y'all, this really changed my life. So I want to teach it to you all. But this is only episode 11 of Credit 101, the best episodes of Credit 101. Let's go over some more of the different episodes. If you do not have the membership, go ahead and get the membership. It's $1 trial down below for 7 days. And then also, if you're in the membership, download this. You're going to need this document, especially if you have negative accounts. So definitely download it so you can have it handy. See you guys in the next one. Hey, welcome to episode 12 of the best episodes of Credit 101. The original episode for Credit 101 is actually episode 32. Now, I created a different checklists. This is a checklist that maybe you want to just print out. It's just one page. It's not so detailed as the original checklist that I did create for you guys. That checklist was actually for episode 10. This is like a miniature one. It's a one pager. I like it. Something that you could just print out and you can just keep checking. You know how I say every 3 months or every month you should be checking your credit, or every year. Decide when you're going to be checking it. This is something that you can just have to just check off and make sure all your accounts is good. So you don't have to overthink it. Maybe you don't want to continue to go deep. Maybe you're going to forget certain steps when it come down to checking credit. This checklist can help you make sure that you stay on track. If you guys are watching this because you're already in a membership, go ahead and download it. Keep a copy of it, you guys. You're going to need it. You're going to need to continue to check your credit. I know, like me, I'm seeing so many credit reports. I can just skim through it and I can already see different errors. I can just see if there's something wrong. But if you're not always looking at it, then you need to have a checklist. And that's what this checklist is good for. And if you guys are not in a membership, and you can't just download it down below like the people that's in the membership, go ahead and get the membership. It's $1 for the first 7 days, and it's a $9.99 monthly fee for it. It's less than $10 a month, literally. So go ahead, and that's at the time recording. Let me say that because it's going to go up, because there's no way this should be $9.99. We're talking over 40 different downloads. We're talking personalized dispute letters, debt validation letter. We're talking about a lot of good stuff that you may pay $50 for by yourself. So I know it's cheap right now because I want people to have their credit together before the new year. Y'all have everything. Go ahead and download it. I have the link down below. Let's go over this guide. Now, with this guide, this checklist, you guys can use a simple checklist to basically review what's on your credit report. These can be regular checks to make sure that everything is good, you don't have any mistakes, and it's going to prevent issues, and from you, it's going to prevent you from hurting your credit in the future too. So make sure that you just go over this checklist. I would say at least every month. Okay. I know a lot of times, we're supposed to get our credit report every year. You can check it every year, but I just feel like if there's something wrong, you're gonna want to know about it right away. So I suggest you just check more often. Okay. So check to make sure your personal information is correct. Make sure that your full name is on here, and that's it. You don't want to have multiple names on your credit report. Check to make sure that you have your current and your previous addresses listed. Okay, with your social security number, make sure that the last 4 digits of your social security number is correct. And also with your date of birth, make sure your date of birth is accurate. And your employment history, make sure that it's current, or you have your past employers. In the last video, episode 10, I said, hey, if you think you're going to get sued, you're going to get garnished, be careful, because maybe you don't want to have your past employers on there. Go ahead and close the door, Chunk Chunk, and lock it. Now, the next one is you want to review the accounts and trade lines on your credit reports. So the account ownership, are all of your accounts yours? Do you have any authorized accounts that shouldn't be on there? Is the account status correct? The accounts that say open, are they really open? The accounts that say closed, are they really closed? The payment history, is it correct? Do you have any late payments on there? Do you have any late payments that's wrong? These are the different things you should look at. If you don't have late payments, but you should have one, we're not worried about that, okay? We worry about what's there that shouldn't be there, or that we don't really want to be there. The balance and the limits, are those accurate? You want to make sure that the balance that's reporting to these accounts are correct, and then also the limits are correct too. And then check the public records, check for the bankruptcy, see if you have any tax liens or judgments. We talked about how tax liens and judgments should not be on your credit report. And also within the membership, I created a letter that you guys can send in if you do have tax liens or any judgments. So go ahead and download that letter. And are the public records showing correctly or incorrectly, especially with those bankruptcies? These are things that you should look for. Also, review your inquiries. Those hard inquiries, those are ones where you actually do a full-on credit application, the ones that you authorize. Are there any inquiries on there that shouldn't be on there? You never apply for Capital One, but for some reason you got a Capital One inquiry from 4 months ago. That's something you need to call the credit bureaus and tell them they need to remove it because you did not authorize it. Also, with soft inquiries, and these are for those things that don't affect the credit score. These things you may not see when you really pull your credit report, the soft inquiries. Those are for those credit cards that say you can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. That's what that is. Those soft inquiries, usually you're not going to even see it. You really don't have to worry about those too much. Now, collections and charge-offs. If you have collections and charge-offs, you just need to be ready to fight. And I'm being honest, because you don't want collections and charge-off really on your credit reports. And a lot of times with these collections and charge-off, you could possibly sue them and get these accounts off your credit reports. That's what I did. So that's why I always say you want to get ready to fight them, because you could possibly just get it removed. Are they paid? Are they unpaid? Are they even yours? Are the amounts listed correct, especially for those collections and the charge-offs too? Sometimes you'll see that maybe you had a Capital One account, maybe they sold it to Midland or something. You will see that they didn't even update the balance on Capital One end. They still got the balance the same. So now this new company, Midland Collection Company, asking you for money, and they asking for the same exact amount that Capital One still reporting. Like, did the charge off not report correctly? Like, are they supposed to be reporting zero balance? Look for these different things and make sure you guys dispute any errors. So if you find any mistakes, file a dispute with the credit bureaus. And then make sure you guys keep all your records, save copies of all your reports or any disputes. If you guys have to do disputes, you guys, we have dispute letters within this membership. But really, disputes, we go over it in particular. If you want to really dive deep and you want to know about like how I sued Midland or how to set up these different things, these things are really inside of my exclusive credit membership. But you guys have dispute letters in here, and actually in the next episode 13 and 14, you got a dispute letter that you can technically send to the credit bureau. So you have this is the dispute letter. I have all of the documents and stuff that's inside the membership. I print them all out here so I can look at them while I'm recording these videos for you all. But you had a dispute letter. So if you see something that's incorrect, send a dispute letter in about it. And not only do you want to send out dispute letters for personal information, you need to just call the credit bureaus up. Inquiries, you need to just call them up. If you know for sure that you have an inquiry that should not be on your credit report, you really do not authorize it, and they do not want to remove it, like you call the credit bureaus and tell them to remove it, maybe you need to send out a letter certified mail. Anything you send them, you need to send a certified mail, because they're going to lie and say that they never got it. So you need to send it certified mail, and maybe you want to consult with an attorney and talk about permissible purpose, how you did not possibly give them authority. Not possibly, you did not give them authority to pull your credit reports. And how you have these fraudulent inquiries that should be removed from your credit reports. Don't forget, inquiries do drop and lower your credit score. And I did see denials talking about inquiries. So this is a big thing. So get the dispute letters. If you see anything wrong, go ahead and fix it. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Download that form if you guys are watching this in the membership. If you don't have a membership, like, what are you waiting on? It's $1 for 7 days. Not only is it $1 for 7 days, it's less than $10 a month. It's no excuse. You got so much stuff in here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, welcome to episode 13 of the best episodes of Credit 101. The original episode was episode 35. So if you want additional information about this, go to episode 35. This is literally just the best episodes of Credit 101. It's 206 episodes. So I decided, let me figure out which ones I like the most. And then let me create documents and things that you guys can use, guides, worksheets, checklists, dispute letters, personalized just for you all. So it's more than 40 dispute letters. If you guys are watching this and you already have the membership, then perfect. If you do not have this membership, we do have it for a $1 trial for 7 days. And then after that, just $9.99. And you guys have dispute letters in there, checklists in there, guide, worksheets, everything that you guys are seeing here. And I have them all here because I'm trying to teach you all about the different things that I did create for you all. Now, in this episode, we're going to talk about the effective dispute letter responses, and I'm going to keep it very, very simple. I'm going to keep it very, very simple so you guys can follow along. And I want you guys to really trust me when I say this too, because we just have so much information out there and we think everything has to be something that is really not. And if you guys sent out a dispute letter already, hopefully you guys sent it certified mail. So hopefully you guys actually sent it certified mail so that you can track and you can have another thing that you can say. But let's get right on into it. And when I say get into it, let's figure out the responses. Now, you already sent out a dispute letter. You should have already sent out a dispute letter. Now you actually have to create a response. Now you have different responses, and it's going to be dependent on what they did. Now, did they delete the account, or did they not delete the account? So that's what you need to figure out. If they delete the account, good, leave them alone. If they did not delete the account, then we have to respond. Okay. So now that you found out the account is still there, you need to look at your certified receipt. Make sure you go to the website and actually track this, you guys. This number right here at the top, you want to actually go to the website. You can just literally put in United States Postal, well, United States USPS. Oh my gosh, USPS tracking. Literally put that in, and you'll be able to track it right there on Google. Or you can go to the website and track it, because you'll see like the first one that popped up. But you want to track it and see when they actually got your dispute letter. Most times, if you send out your first dispute letter, they had 30 days to verify this account or delete the account from your credit reports already. So you want to look for the 31st day after you actually mail in this letter. So the 31st day, that's when you want to see was basically, did you have that 30-day time period? Because you want to wait. You don't want to go crazy yet. You want to wait and see. So if it's after the 30 days, technically it's the 31st day, then you want to send a response based off whether it was delivered or not. Because sometimes when you send certified mail, it may not have been delivered. Let's be honest. If it was delivered and you got a response, so it's a thing. If it wasn't delivered, you have to resend it. Let's scratch that out. You have to resend your first letter that you sent out, resend it again, and check again in 7 days to make sure that they got it. Check every 7 days, and you got to figure out why wasn't that letter delivered? Was it the wrong address or whatever it was? Okay, so you got to really start watching this. You got to go send that first, because this one is very specific, you guys, and I just want to get down to the nitty-gritty of it. So now we know that they actually delivered it. Now you want to know whether you got a response from them. Did they say, hey, we're going to keep this on your credit report? Did they not say anything at all? Because that's the key thing. If they said, hey, we're going to keep this on your credit report, you have to look on your credit report and see with the account that you have. Maybe it was a collection. You want to see, is this account still inaccurate in terms of it's still wrong? So you want to see like the date open, see if it's the same on all 3 credit bureaus. Look at the last date of activity, see if it's the same on all 3 credit bureaus. You want to look at different things on the account and see if you see errors. Now, we talk about errors in a totally different episode, so you should already know about errors. If you don't know about errors, please go to that episode to learn about the different errors, because you literally have a full-on worksheet inside the Credit 101 membership that shows you line by line how you should be looking at these accounts, so that you'll be like, oh, this is wrong. You'll already know what the error is. So if there are still errors, you want to send a letter to the credit bureau saying, hey, you still have inaccuracies for this account, and this account should have been deleted from my credit reports. So that's what you want to say. If you said it was something like fraud, make sure that you already had your FTC report and your police reports. You already sent that to them. And if they did not do what they need to do for that, you already sent this certified. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just saying, like, with these problems, all I would think about is just suing them. I'll send a follow-up letter saying, hey, you did not delete this account, and this is the reason why it should have been removed. The biggest things is errors on the account. Okay, so those people that have errors, find those different errors on the account. And when you send that letter to the credit bureau, make sure you guys send a follow-up dispute letter to the actual company too. Now, this is not the exclusive credit membership where we're talking about really deleting accounts and really digging into these accounts. So if you guys have major credit issues, you really need to look into the exclusive credit membership and join over there so that you can get into really tackling these accounts. But definitely send a follow-up letter to the collection company or whoever has the actual accounts. So if you send a dispute letter to the credit bureaus because it was multiple accounts, you need to send another, you need to send a letter to all of those accounts that's listed on your credit report that you had originally in the first dispute letter, and ask them, why haven't you deleted the account? Why did you tell the credit bureaus that it was verified? And I have those letters inside the exclusive credit membership. This is literally just small credit stuff, okay? Just small credit stuff. Now, that's if you got a response, okay? That was a lot. But it's literally find the error. It should have been deleted. You didn't delete it. You didn't do what you need to do. You violated my FCRA, period. Send another letter out and think about suing them like I did, okay? So after that, you need to find out if they didn't see anything at all. If they did not see anything at all, then the FCRA said if the account is not verified, they're supposed to delete it. So you want to say that the account was not verified and they did not respond at all, and they need to delete the account from the credit reports. Now, I'm finna show y'all the dispute letter. I know I said a lot of stuff, but I'm finna show y'all the dispute letter now. It's very, very simple. I'm finna show y'all now what y'all have to fill in on this dispute letter to send to the credit bureaus that did not delete your account. And this is just a basic dispute letter, but I want to teach you guys how to just add a little bit more information to it to make it what you need it to be, because you guys need to learn how to like talk to the bureaus, talk to these companies, so you're not so dependent on what's that special letter. It's not a special letter. Just say, hey, this is what it is, and they know how to read. They okay, I messed up, and they have to go fix it. So let me show you how to tweak certain letters, and this letter is available if you guys already have the membership. Just download it down below. So a lot of you guys probably already seen this dispute letter. Put your name, address, social security number, your date of birth, put the name of the credit bureau and their address, and then list your accounts. So list all of your accounts that you were referring to on here. Now, the biggest thing is if they did not respond at all, then I'm gonna say that this account, depending on situation, I would really say that the account was unverifiable. Now, each account will be listed here. The name of the accounts: Capital One, Midland, American Leg, whatever, LVMV Funding, whatever it is. These are names that you're gonna put, and then put the account number here. But this second line, put whatever the thing is that I just told y'all. Hey, it's been 30 days and you did not respond. It's unverifiable. Put that information right here under all the accounts, and you literally can copy this and paste it. If it's the same reason, just paste it and make it so simple, you guys. Now, you see it says you have 30 days to investigate these accounts and delete them if they're not verified correctly from the creditor. Right here, I will put it has been more than 30 days and you have not verified these accounts. You have 15 days to remove this account from my credit report. That's what I would put right here. Put additional stuff in here. And if it's not that it's unverifiable, put the thing that's wrong with the account. Hey, this account is being re-aged. The balance is wrong on this account. The account number is wrong. And you could be very specific too and say, hey, for this same account on TransUnion, you say, oh, $305. Equifax says $307, and Experian say $305. Like, which one is it? This account has incorrect balance and it should be removed from my credit report. Just simple things, and we can literally talk into our devices, and our devices can put the information on there. You guys use that to your advantage, because I do. Okay, I used to think it was me being lazy, but I'm more productive and I don't freeze like, I just won't do anything. So that's what you guys have to do. You have to fill in that information, and then you don't necessarily have to put a signature here, but go ahead and put your name here and delete this information right here. But this is a basic dispute letter. If you don't have your first dispute letter, you never sent the first dispute letter, you still watching this because you need to know what's next, or like, hey, what I need to do to make sure I don't mess it up, then you can use this letter too to send as your first letter to the credit bureau. The key things I want to teach you guys is you guys have to tweak letters, edit letters, change a few things around, and you'll be good. Okay, so just get used to editing letters some, just so that your point can actually get across. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. If you don't have a membership, look down below. We have a $1 trial for 7 days, and then just $9.99. You guys, thing falling, and you guys are going to get over 40 different downloads. So definitely check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey, welcome to episode 14 of the best episodes of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about the best dispute letter to fix your credit. So if you have negative accounts on your credit reports, then this is going to be the best dispute letter that you can send out to just work to remove the accounts from your credit reports. Now, even though it's episode 14 of, it's the best episodes of Credit 101. It's not the actual episode of Credit One. The actual episode is actually episode 36. So if you go to episode 36, you're going to see more information on this, but definitely go there if you want additional information. We're going to talk about this dispute letter, and you guys should have already seen this dispute letter too in episode 13 of the best episodes of Credit 101, or episode 35 too. So if you guys have the membership, look down below. You can download the dispute letter there. So go ahead and download the dispute letter and start filling this information in and get the letter out. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm telling y'all, the best thing is just action. I don't care how good ideas are. We got to put action behind everything that we talk about. So please start to just send out the dispute letters. And when you send out your dispute letters, make sure that all of your dispute letters are actually being sent via certified mail. Oh, here go one here. So this is a certified receipt. And with a certified receipt, you actually have tracking. Can you see that number right here at the top? That is the actual tracking number, so that you can track to see when this letter is actually sent to the company that you're mailing to. When they actually get it, they'll let you know delivered. This is the date, this is the time, and it was delivered at this address. And you have to put down here at the bottom the who you sending it to, and then you also had to put the address here at the bottom too. So you can see right here, send to, street address, apartment number, or the PO box number, and then the city, state, and zip code. So you have to put that information on there, and then they'll stamp this with the date that was actually sent. I like to check these about 7 days after it is mailed, just to make sure that they actually got it. Okay, because if they did not get this, you're going to want to resend it. Now, when you have accounts on your credit reports, if they're inaccurate, or if you don't think the account is yours at all, you can send a dispute in about that account, saying that account should be removed from your credit reports, which is basically what we're talking about now. So let's get right into the dispute letter. This dispute letter mainly is usually sent to all three credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. The main credit bureaus, let me say all three, the main credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So let's actually look at the dispute letter, and let me tell you what you guys have to fill out. And with this one too, you guys have bonus dispute letters. Before we go into that, let me say this: you have more than just this one. The first one that we're going to go over is actually what you're going to send to the credit bureau, but you can see like you have multiple like dispute letters in here. So I make sure I print everything out so I can know exactly what you guys got. So the first one is the actual dispute letter that you can send to the credit bureaus. The second one is a debt validation letter. So this is just a bonus one. You guys also have another debt validation request. This is a perfect letter, simple, one page. If you don't want to send out all these pages, I really suggest that one. Send that one out and send that one certified. But you have another one here if you want to send this one. You also have an inquiry dispute letter here. And then you also had the public record dispute letter, and then the bankruptcy dispute letter. And the bankruptcy and public record, that's the one that you're going to actually send to the actual courthouse that's reporting it. And that's just another method if they're saying, like, say if you talk to TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian, they say, hey, we found out about your bankruptcy from the actual bankruptcy court, but you know that they don't actually do any type of verification of these things. So you're going to actually send this letter to them, and you're going to send a self-addressed and stamped envelope to them also with this letter, and this letter asking them, hey, how did you verify this account? And they're going to send you a letter back saying that they do not verify the accounts. And that letter can be very, very helpful when you're attacking these different companies. But let's get into the dispute letter. You guys can look at the other dispute letters by actually looking into the credit membership. And again, it's $1 for 7 days. If you guys already had a membership, just look down below and you guys can be able to download this documents. It's 11 pages total. So the first letter is the letters you're going to send to the credit bureau. So this is the information that you're going to need to put on here. You need to put your name on here, your address, your social security number, your date of birth, the name of the credit bureau, and the address. Okay. a lot of times you're sending this letter to 3 different credit bureaus, so you want to copy it 3 different times, and you want to put the name of the credit bureau and their address on it. Okay, and if you have a problem with that, or if you feel like that is really hard, then you could just do one, print it out, and print 2 copies, because you want to keep a copy for yourself, and make sure that you put the date on here too, because I actually don't have a spot for the date, but you really do want to put the date on here. You can put it right up under the date of birth, but just print it out, add the additional ones, and keep changing that one if you want to change the one. Whichever way is easier, just get it done. Okay, that's all I care about. Now, you know, you have the different accounts in your credit report. Maybe you have the Capital One account that you're trying to remove. Maybe you have a Navy Federal you're trying to remove. Maybe you have a Midland you're trying to remove, AmeriCollect, ERC, Enhanced Recovery Company, whatever it is. Put that name of the account here. Whatever the account number, put that account number here. Now, the next line is where you actually want to fill in your information about this account. Is the account not yours? Do you not have a contract? Are you not liable for it? Is this your second dispute letter technically? So you know this account is unverifiable because they never sent you information about it. Whatever it is, put it there. And you guys should learn about the different errors. I believe that's in the... No, that's not the next episode. The next episode is what to do if they do not respond to you. And I have a follow-up dispute letter if they do not respond to you. That's for the next episode. But I have in the Credit 101 membership, I have a thing that could teach you about different areas that can be wrong with the account, checking the balance, the date open, the last date activity, the payment history. So you can put something like that there just in case you want to sue. It's a valid reason. Hey, the balance is different on all 3 credit bureaus. I don't know which one is correct. This is inaccurate information and it should be removed from my credit reports. You put that there. Whatever that information is, and then please delete and remove from my report. You can keep that there. You want to list all the different accounts that you want to list here. I wouldn't say that there's a limit to the amount of accounts. Some people say limited to 10 accounts, limited to 5 accounts, but I haven't seen people put a lot of accounts on here and get majority of them deleted. So I try not to put a certain amount on a dispute letter, because I don't care if your dispute letter have to be 40 pages long, especially when you send it certified. They better do what they need to do, especially if you are correct in what they should do. If you only got 1 or 2 accounts, just delete these little extra spots that's on here too. Make sure with this, you go down to the bottom. Actually, I can show you this one. I'll show you this dispute letter as a bonus. It's okay. Go down to the bottom and remove this information right here where it says my name. Put in the signature, put your name here, type your name, and then delete all rights reserved. Okay, delete that area right there. You don't want that on there. All you want is your first and last name on here, and then make sure you guys mail this certified. And don't forget you have other dispute letters on here too for inquiries, the debt validation. You guys have the thing on here for the bankruptcy, the public records. So you have a lot of different things that's on these dispute letters. If you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you're in a membership, I'll personally answer them for you, and I'll make sure I be as detailed as possible. If I need to record my screen and send you an actual link, I will, okay? Just to make sure that you know exactly what's going on. But if you don't have a membership, get it. It's $1 for 7 days. Like literally, it's so cheap. I made sure I made it cheap, so nobody have excuse why not to get it. And with this thing right here, I just feel like we're gonna help our community so much. Make sure that our credit is good. We know what we need to do. So that's why I really put this together. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey, welcome to the best episodes of Credit 101. This is episode 15. So in this episode, we're going to talk about what you guys need to do if the credit bureaus are not responding to your dispute letter. So when you send a dispute letter out to the credit bureau, we talked about it, I believe, in the best episodes of Credit 101 episode 11. We talked about the rights. They have 30 days to respond. So if they don't respond, I have a response letter that you guys can send. I'm double checking this response letter, and I did not put an area where you guys can put your social security number and your date of birth. Download it if you guys already had a membership down below, and just add that when you guys write your dispute letter out. But you guys can actually attach your original one too, because if they're not responding, that's most likely because they're saying that they did not get your dispute letter. So if you guys just attach your original one too, that can possibly help you guys also. But definitely let's get into it so we can talk about what we need to do and to actually get the account removed when they are not responding to you guys. So this is exactly what we need to do. The first thing is you need to send a follow-up letter. So when they're not responding, you need to send a follow-up letter. If you did not receive a response in 30 days, you have to send this letter. As simple as that. Don't just think, oh, okay, they're just not responding, it's not going to come off. No, you need to send a follow-up letter. And I have that on the second page of this. And if you guys already had a membership, just download it down below and send this as the follow-up letter. This is what this episode was for. So I created this for you guys. And also file a complaint with the CFPB. So go to their website, file a complaint, letting them know that the credit bureaus did not respond to your dispute. And consider taking legal action. So if the credit bureaus continue to ignore your dispute, you may want to consult with a lawyer about your rights under FCRA. The credit bureaus are legally required to investigate our disputes. So if you send out a letter, again, you guys, and they don't respond, that is a good thing in a way, because I know about the credit bureaus with suing and them settling, but you have to make sure that you send all your letters certified. So that first letter that you sent out and they did not respond to it, I hope that you guys sent it certified so that you can track and see, okay, they actually did not respond. You know, they actually did get it. It's been 30 days and they have not responded. So then when you send a follow-up letter, you can actually send them a picture of this saying, hey, I sent this to you and you guys did not respond. Sometimes what I like to do is I already know what certified receipt I'm going to send out. I like to sometimes take this so that I can just remember, that number. I like to take this little piece off right here off the certified thing, because all they're going to do is throw this little piece in the garbage anyway. So I like to take this little piece off and I like to actually put it on like the actual letter on here. So I'll just put that on there so I can always remember the tracking number. It's as simple as that. No matter what, I got that tracking number. And when you search this tracking number, you'll be able to see that your letter actually did go to the credit bureaus. Because what if you lose this little receipt? And yeah, they're going to stamp this, but what if you lose it? So I like to think of it like that. And then also with the follow-up letter, I do suggest that you guys send that first letter too. But think about, suing them, possibly consult with an attorney if this is something that you want to do, or you can possibly do it on your own. I am opening up my case to you all. I don't know when you're watching this, but I am going to open up my case that I did when I sued Midland. I'm going to open that up so that you guys can see everything that I did see, everything that I mailed. You'll see all the information basically so that you guys can follow the steps, because I kept fighting with them Midland not even responding. So you guys can go after the credit bureaus and possibly go over after the companies too. But I had a problem with them not responding, and that was a big part of my dispute too. Like, they're not responding, and when they did respond, it was some bogus information. So that you guys can see the order, because when I contacted the attorneys like, hey, can y'all take on this case? Like, I don't have time for this. Like, I need help with this. Do y'all understand that attorneys do not want to help? They don't like to do certain cases like this. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and sue. So I do want to make that available for you all. If I don't have it available already, please message me. But most likely it's going to be inside of my exclusive credit membership, where I'm going to go over all of the steps. I'm going to open that case up. Maybe it'll be something totally separate too. But right now, I'm thinking just inside the exclusive credit membership. I think I'm going to open it up there. So definitely check that out. But suing is huge. So I'll spend a lot of time talking about it, because it may be the best solution for you, because these companies don't care about anything unless you really suing them. And then make sure that you keep all copies of all the letters that you sent, all the emails you got, all the responses as related to your disputes. You may need this if you decide to sue. All these different things can possibly be the evidence that you're going to need to show that, hey, I mailed out a dispute letter to the credit bureaus and they did not respond. And down below, this is going to be the actual dispute letter. I did not put the date of birth and social security number in the letter. You can literally write it in here if you want to at the top of your letter, just to have a greater chance of them actually seeing the letter too, because you wrote on the letter. Or right up under the date, you can actually add space and type in your date of birth and your social security number. Okay, but If they're not responding, make sure that you keep all your evidence. This guy is going to just make sure that you know the necessary steps that you need to take if they're not responding. But it's literally as simple as that, you guys. You're going to send a follow-up letter to them, letting them know they did not respond to your disputes. It's as simple as that. Send that follow-up letter to them, which is going to be this letter here. Also, you want to file a complaint with the CFPB. You may want to file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. But to me, and let me say this, if I already send this letter and I confirm that the that the credit bureau actually got it, I'm sending a letter to the companies too. I'm going to already continue to do that step, and I'm going to file the complaints for sure with the CFPB and the Better Business Bureau. But where I'm at now, especially after I sued Midland, I'm not going back and forth with these companies. I'm straight suing the companies. Like, that's just my mindset at this point, and that's why I'm fighting as much as I am right now to go to law school, because I realize that's really our only action. Like, seriously, that's really our only action. That's the only time that these companies are really going to listen to us, when they have a lawsuit at their door. Like, it's just sad, but that's how it really is. And if you guys have been sending certified mail and you haven't been getting the results that you want, and that account is still inaccurate, definitely look and see if an attorney can help you with this. And if the attorney don't help you, don't be ashamed about actually filing a lawsuit yourself. And you have to actually put your complaint together. But I'll show you guys my complaint. Y'all could just tweak a few things. Take out my name, put y'all company name in, put whatever court y'all in. You can change a few things. And I'll even start doing things too. I do dispute letters. I'll even show you how I change certain things in a complaint, because that's all I did too. I copied another complaint where I saw that they sued, they settled. I was like, okay, good. That's what I need. I copied that, use it for my own. But I'm in a complaint class right now. We literally went over complaints yesterday. So now I know how I can write a complaint, like a dispute letter now. So I'm like, I'm proud of myself. But definitely do not be scared to sue these companies. It may be the best option for you, and really the only option, because nothing else is working. And CFPB may not do anything. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you guys get this guide, and the dispute letter is down below. It's over 40 plus downloads. And if you guys had a membership, just download it, you guys. You guys are going to need it. Go ahead and mail out that dispute letter, and don't be scared. I'll see you guys in the next one. And hey, welcome to episode 16 of the best episodes of Credit 101. I keep forgetting how I'm going to word this, because this is the best episodes of Credit 101. It's over 200 episodes. And if you guys are already in membership, you guys so many downloads that you can download, which is what we're talking about now, downloadables. We're talking about an actual guide that I put together that literally goes step by step on how to sue a collection company. And I am going to talk about this, but I'm going to really talk about my experience with Midland, because I still don't know, like, when I feel like I'm giving legal advice, because I just want to be real and just talk to y'all. And I don't want to feel like I'm giving legal advice. I'm just going to talk about how I sued a collection company, and we settled, okay? Which is what y'all want. Y'all want to settle, okay? So that's the ultimate win. So I'm going to go over that. And you guys have the guide if you already have the membership. If you don't have a membership, you watch it on YouTube or somewhere else. It's $1 trial to get in to the membership, and it's $1 trial for 7 days. And then after that, it's $9.99, at least at the time of recording. I don't know, it could be way more, because we're talking over 40 downloads, and I made so many different things. It's definitely worth way more, because you guys can change your life off of this literally in a month. So it's amazing. But let's get into this, because it is a lot that I want to talk about and review with you guys. So when it comes down to doing a lawsuit, or let me talk as if this was what I had to do, okay? Because I went through these steps too. When it came down to me suing Midland, I had to figure out like what violations that they had. So what I said that they were doing was, I said they was misrepresenting the amount of the debt that I owe, and they was failing to show proof of the debt too. Those were my two biggest things. And let me give a little bit of side detail. I don't want to make this long, so please, if y'all want more information, this is really credit, like repairing, fixing y'all credit. Go to my exclusive credit membership. You're gonna get so many videos where I'm actually showing y'all my stuff, what I mailed in and everything. Okay, you're looking at my full lawsuit, because I'm gonna open it up so that you guys can see it. But misrepresenting the debt. So on Credit Karma, don't forget, y'all can see how that balance changed by $1. They kept doing that, and when they're putting some on your credit report, it got to be a definite amount. They can't go, it's like 2,000 or something, but it went from 2,000 to $2,001. Like it kept going back and forth. That's misrepresented debt. So I sued because of that. And then also they failed to show proof. I sent the certified mail asking them to show how I owe money. I said to show me how I owe money for this debt. Y'all got it on my credit report. They never showed it, or if they did, they sent like a blanket letter. They never really sent proof. So those are the two things that I sued for. So you guys, may look at your own situation and go from there. Now, before you actually sue them, you have to gather documents, which is what I did. So I kept records of all of the letters I sent. I really didn't get voicemails and stuff like that. It was all letters, all paper trail and letters. I did not write down my interactions, but you guys should definitely do that. Everything was through mail, so I didn't really need to write anything down. If they did send something, I had a copy of that. I just kept that. And you guys may just want to get like a file, just get a file and just throw everything in there like I did. That's what I kind of did. And then because I was stressed during the time when I was doing it, honestly, I was stressed out and I wasn't keeping everything in order, but I just kept it there because I knew I could always come back and put it in order. I kept all of the dispute letters that I sent out, my validation of debt, everything that they ignored. I kept all of these things. Now, that's the key, y'all. Like literally, keep everything that you send out. In the process, you literally, let me say, in my process, I know this for sure. I could have went the route of just sending it to the credit bureaus, which I did. The credit bureaus didn't even delete it. I could have sent it to just the credit bureaus, and then after they didn't delete it, then I knew I could send something to the actual collection company, which I did. I kept sending something to the credit bureau and the collection company, and they wouldn't remove it. But I know that literally after 3 months, it would have been right to just go at that time. Like, listen, y'all not finna do what y'all need to do. We need to sue right away. It didn't have to be a thing where I waited some. I did wait some. I didn't do it right away, in terms of suing them right away. I kept sending letters. I wanted to make sure it was definite and things like that. But seriously, after the 3 months, it really could have been on and popping because they didn't do what they need to do. Okay, so the next thing is file a complaint with the CFPB. I filed a complaint with the CFPB and they didn't do anything. And let me say this too, being in class, because I'm in a class right now, civil litigation, where we're talking about literally filing claims like this. And she's teaching me so much more, y'all. I just love this class, like how to file lawsuits, how to make sure every time I can file, like how I can write a dispute letter fast, I can write a complaint fast, I can write a lawsuit fast, like that. So that's the class that we're in. But now that I'm in her class, I'm finding out that the CFPB has way more rights. I mean, it's supposed to be like the CFPB got dispute letters out basically saying, hey, send this to the collection company. And I did send that to the collection company too, which is good. Because if I sent you something that legally is a government telling me this is what I need to send you and you're ignoring it, it just looks so much worse. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like I'm just sending you some random thing. Like, no, the government told me I need to send this to you and you're still not doing what you need to do. So file a complaint with the CFPB for sure, because you can show, hey, I didn't just try to sue y'all. I tried to fix this with the CFPB. And usually I'll do that the second month. That way I send it to the credit bureau once. They didn't do anything. I send it to the credit bureau and the collection company the second month. And at that time, I will file a complaint. As soon as you send it out the second month, as soon as you send out that letter, send out the complaint too. Because at that time too, at that month, technically you can sue them too. It's like you had 30 days to fix it. You failed to fix it. But yeah, so definitely file something with the CFPB. But understand if they're not going to do anything, that's not all the way bad. Consult with an attorney. I consulted with so many attorneys, y'all. I have a list of attorneys too, and I'm going to put together a new list that I know they're doing these cases. I'm going to put together a new list that I'm going to put inside of my exclusive credit membership, where I'm keeping track of these attorneys that I know really handling these cases. I'm going to try to contact them too and try to see if they can take on these. Like, once you do all of that, say, hey, can you just sue for me? Because once you technically have all of that and your evidence is really there, an attorney that is skilled and know what's going on, they should be able to just sue for you. I've seen so many cases on researching them like crazy right now where they can actually just go ahead and sue. But I did that and it was like, I can't help you. they're going to settle with you. And I'm like, no, they're not. Like, I went through a lot during this time, y'all. Like, during the time I had to do this, I went through so much that year. That was a big year for me. But I just wanted them to handle this because I've like got nervous, like, am I doing like what's overthinking? And it's like they're gonna settle. This ain't nothing we need to help you with and all this. They're gonna settle. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But after that, I had to file a lawsuit. So I filed the lawsuit, and the next step is to file a lawsuit, prepare for court, and get the judgment. And I'm going to make it very simple. I filed the lawsuit. I got a call from them. I filed for asked for $8,000. I got a call from them, and it was like, oh, we tried to. I was on vacation, and we usually settle this right away once we get the lawsuit. And I realized now you just need to literally put the lawsuit in. They're gonna settle it, like just put it in. And he was like, okay, let's settle. So we settled outside of court, but I can't tell y'all what we settled for. But let me tell you this. I really suggest that you guys build up your stuff and follow the same thing I did, honestly, in terms of you send out your dispute letters and sue them. Put it in, actually file it and go from there and go to court. And a lot of times too, the thing is they're going to settle before court. So if they settle before court, it's no need for you to even be nervous or anything like that, because they're going to settle as long as you did what you need to do and they know they messed up and you actually detailing all that in your complaint. Then what else they going to do? Like, what else? Like, they got no other choice but to settle. So don't be scared, you guys. But that's how to actually sue a collection company. Let me know if y'all have any questions. But again, I'm going to go into greater details inside of my exclusive credit membership, where I'm going to actually open up the case fully. You're going to see all the files, everything the dates, all of my certified receipts, all of the tracking that I did. But I'll see you guys there. If you guys have additional questions, still download that guide if you guys are inside the membership. And if you don't have a membership, it's $1. Literally, go ahead and get it. You probably need it. If you was worried about it, think about this. Trust me, you need it, because I would never, ever think about settling with a collection company another day in my life now that I have this information. Hey, welcome to the best episodes of Credit 101. This is episode 17. So episode 17, and the actual episode for Credit 101 is actually episode 30. So if you want to see like the original video, that's going to be episode 30. So definitely go and check that out. If you guys have the membership, then you guys have a guide that we're going to go over. It's not necessarily a guide, but it's actually a worksheet. It's a way that you guys can keep track of actually checking your credit reports. I do think that we should check our credit reports monthly, because you could have something that happen. Maybe you don't have any type of monitoring going on. You need to know about these different things right away. Me, I always talk about credit, so I'm definitely looking. But you guys may not be doing it. They may not be checking them monthly. So I put a guide together that's something real quick that you guys can use so that you guys can stay on track of checking your credit monthly. Because once you get your credit good, trust me, you don't want to mess it up. Be like, I learned my lesson. I have good credit now. I don't want to mess it up. Or if you work and even get it better, you want to stay in a habit. Like, I was reading a Think and Grow Rich book and I fell off, and I'm like, I need to get back on to read it. But if you got a habit of, okay, you pick yourself up faster, this is on a monthly basis, you can get back into your disputing thing too, if you wasn't actually disputing. Because say if you checked on January, February, you skip March, you can always be like, dang, it is technically, I would say like a fun day, like I do for myself, like once a month, like, okay, on the last day of the month, I'm going to go get myself a nice little treat, because I bribe myself with snacks. I sure do. I'll give myself a cake or something like that. Or I'll take myself out to eat, and then I'll do like my major things. And you be like, okay, it's time for me to go ahead and treat myself. This is one of my tasks. Let me get it done. I know I didn't do it last month, but I'm going to get back into doing it this month. I fell off on my reading. I think I was off of my reading for about a week and a half or less or more, but I got back in it. And my goal is, when I fall off of stuff, can I just get back quicker? Like, can I pull myself together faster? When I stop running, can I not go years without running again? Can I just go a month? miss it, or like a few days. My goal is to run 3 times a week. So I just want you guys to understand that, because this is a guide that I want you guys to really use for the rest of the time you're using credit. If you're going to have credit, you're going to have a credit report. I think that we should just have this habit. So I want you guys to understand this is not just something that you want to just do for 2 months and never do it again. You want to stay on top of this, and that's going to help you keep your credit tight. Okay, so let's go into this full guide. If you guys don't have a membership, check below in the comments and the description. I have the link for the $1 trial for the membership, and it's for 7 days, and it's literally just, at the time of recording, this is just $9.99 per month. Like, literally, I made it so cheap that anybody can actually get it. But what you want to do is you want to actually check your credit reports. So we're able to get our credit report from annualcreditreport.com. We're able to get our credit report once a year from them. They're required every 12 months. They have to give us our credit report unless we deny for credit or something like that. Now, that's not always easy for people to get it from them. Right now it's easy because we're able to get them for a week, because of the big thing that happened in 2020. I don't want to say the word. I don't know if it's going to be a problem for me saying it, but the big thing that happened in 2020, they let us get our credit reports every week now. So when you go on there, you definitely going to be able to get it, because there's no way you get your credit report technically every week. So go to annualcreditreport.com and get it from them. If you can't get it from them because we're back on that 12-month thing, you didn't get denied, just have Credit Karma, and Credit Karma send you alerts too, and you can stay on top of your alerts. You just really need to protect your credit, you all, because it's very, very important. It dictates so much, so just make sure you stay on top of your credit. So you can just put your personal information up here, because you want to make sure that when you look at your credit report, this personal information is on there. Within a membership, I do have a lot of guides in here that shows you exactly how your credit report should look, in terms of what it should say. Like, my name should be this. I should only have one social security number, one date of birth. Check out those guides too if you're not used to checking it. But you can put this information here. You can just leave it there. But I just like to put the information in there. Now let's get into it. So every month you're checking it. So January, February, March. You see you have 3 Januaries here. You have to put the date that you actually check it. And don't forget, you got 3 different credit bureaus. You don't just have one, or they're not just one. You got 3 separate ones. So you got to check it, because Experian might have an error. Equifax messing up. They put a duplicate account on my credit report before. So you guys have to, and the other ones didn't have that. So you got to understand that each one of them can be different. Experian could have deleted everything, but TransUnion could have kept something on there, or they put something new back on. You just don't know. So each one of them is different. So make sure you guys are checking each of them. Just put the date that you actually checked it. You already know this is Equifax. You'll leave this here. Did you find any errors? Yes or no? Do you have any disputes filed? Yes or no? And then also, have you taken any action or put any notes down, like, oh, that collection is finally off of my credit report? You could put a note, so you can see like the different changes. My credit score was a little lower because of my utilization. Keep notes to yourself, because it shows you changes too within your credit. Oh, this is when I got approved for that credit card and my credit score went up 20 points. Like, I like to see stuff like that for myself. So after the year, when you do a recap of your whole year, you'll be able to see the different positive changes or negative things, or what you have to work on. If you have notes about the disputes, you can put that there too. But you can see you have January through April here, and I put keep going, you are doing great. I like motivation, stuff like that. I need it. I need encouragement. So I have that, and then on this page I actually have where you can actually start circling the yes or no. But I really wanted y'all to get used to actually going an extra mile and doing more on the first page. I just feel like when I put more tension for myself to get started, finishing it gonna be easier, because all I gotta do literally is just put the date that I checked it. Hopefully ain't nothing there. I just said no, my credit score is up 20 points. My credit score is I got approved for this credit card. I just put the notes and call it a day. This don't even really have to take that long, honestly. You can just look in Credit Karma too to see if you got. Look under the negative accounts, the derogatory accounts. Look up under there and see if you have anything derogatory up under there. Scan through your credit report on there to get your credit report, and that's free. And then plus you have Experian Experian.com that can give you your Experian credit report, so you'll be good. Scroll through those apps. Oh, I ain't got nothing new. Okay, no. But at least you kept track of it, and you put some in your notes that you had to put down. Hey, next month, go ahead and apply for this card, or I just got approved for this credit card. Just put stuff there that you wish that you could remember. I'm learning to write so much stuff down because so much stuff come to me, so many ideas come to me. I'm writing all this stuff down, and I can use these notes, and you guys can too for the next month. Don't forget to apply for that care credit card, and I'm paying out the credit cards now. Next month, apply for the care credit. So when you come in for June, like, oh, I was supposed to apply for that care credit, let me go ahead and do that. Whatever the case may be, but just add notes for every month, basically. And then make sure you guys are checking your credit report every month. I have the link here for annualcreditreport.com. Check for any errors, look for any incorrect information, any unfamiliar accounts, any unauthorized inquiries to you guys, because you want to remove that too. And you guys should have a freeze on your credit reports. That's something I let you guys know, that you need to have a freeze on your credit reports. You just don't want to have your credit reports. You don't want to have access to it. You don't want to give access to anybody that got your social security number, because they can pull your credit report, or they can get accounts to your name. You just don't want to have access. So make sure you freeze your credit report, and then make sure that you file any disputes. I gave you free dispute letters within the membership. They're in the membership. There's no reason why you should have negative accounts. You have free dispute letters, enough to, honestly, if you wanted to. I'm not an attorney, I'm not getting legal advice, but the dispute letters I have in here for sure, looking at what I have to do to sue in my case, you have the dispute letters there to actually go all the way if you needed to. All you have to do is just make sure you use this sheet every month, and then just stay on top of, checking your credit reports or disputes and any follow-up actions, and you guys will be great. But that is everything. This whole thing is going to be inside the membership, so download it down below if you already have the membership. If you don't have it, it's $1 trial to get started, like literally $1 to get started, $1 for 7 days. So check it out. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey, welcome to episode 18 of the best episodes of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about the third-party bureaus and why you guys need to monitor them. Now, the original episode is episode 53, so go back and watch 53 if you want additional information. What we're going to talk about now is an actual checklist that I put together for you guys, so that you guys can actually know. I have the website information, the phone number for the third-party bureaus, and then I tell you the name of the third-party bureaus, because maybe you're like, I don't even know the name. I tell you the name of them. It's 9 of them here. And if you guys are watching this because you already have the Credit 101 membership, just make sure you guys download it. It's down below. Just download it, and you guys will know all of this information. But I have basically the information of 9 different companies. We're going to talk about 2 of them here, but you guys can see the other companies on here, and I tell you guys what they are, and you guys can call them and request a copy of your credit report, because you guys need to start monitoring them. And then you need to put on here when the last time you checked it. You need to really check this every 3 months. You know how the credit bureaus, we literally get alerts all the time from the credit bureaus. They're alerting us about these different third-party bureaus. So we need to check every 3 months, okay? Now let's go ahead and look at the actual checklist that you guys can use. Again, if you guys already have the membership, go ahead and download it down below. And if you don't have a membership, it's $1 trial for 7 days, and then after that it's just $9.99, and you guys get over 40 downloads. This is just one of them. So the third-party bureaus. Now, in addition to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, there are several third-party bureaus. They're all are not listed here, but a lot of them are listed here. And I want you guys to check this every 3 months. Okay, so make sure you guys check these every 3 months. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is check systems. Now, when I was young, I worked at a bank, and check systems was something that they always checked. It basically is information related to your checking and savings accounts, and then especially account closures, saying you owe money, or you have unpaid fees, or maybe you have fraud. So whenever you want to open up a checkings account, a lot of times they're going to check your check systems. You know how to usually check your credit report when you want a credit card, but when you want checking and savings account, mostly checking accounts, because you're going to have a debit card, they want to check your check system. So if you find out that you can get approved for an account, it's probably because you have negative things on check system saying that you still owe money. And if they do say that while you're at the bank and you're trying to get an account, then you need to ask them for the actual report, or you need to go and get that report yourself. Again, every 3 months, you guys, we need to check this. So here go check systems. Here's their phone number. Here's their website. You can literally go to their website and you guys can get a copy of your report, and you guys can also do a dispute too. So you can actually do a dispute. So if you find that there's stuff that's on here that should be on here, you can actually do a dispute on your own. So definitely you can do a dispute, because a lot of times when you get your report, you already have your report because you got it from the company, but you can definitely get it here. But if you see his information on there, you need to do an actual dispute. So this is how you actually get your report. Again, you want to do this every 3 months and put on here the last time you actually got it. So you'll put right here the date that it was last checked, and then the notes. If you want to set a reminder in your phone, like on one day, maybe once a quarter, it's just a few other things you need to do. Just make that be one of the things that you need to do. Take a week to get these different things done and check on them. And if you see anything that's there that should not be there, then you really need to send in the dispute letter. So we have another one, which is Innovis and Novis, whatever you want to call it. I heard it multiple ways. I just want you guys to hear, like, oh, I know what you're talking about. I heard that before, so that you guys can actually call the companies or know exactly what's going on. So credit information similar to what's already on our TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian report is here. And some lenders actually get their report from this, especially with all the disputing that we're doing now, y'all. A lot of these companies are like hip on it. They already know what's happening. So they want to go to some of these third-party bureaus and get your information from there because they know that you're not disputing that, most likely. But any bureau that's holding information for us, I found, can be listed under FCRA. So they have a duty to make sure that this information is accurate. That's what I found out. They have a duty to make sure all the information is accurate, and if it's not accurate and I dispute it, then they have to verify it, update it, or delete it. So think of these as like all the other bureaus, basically, because when you get your report, if you see anything bad on there, you guys, you have to make sure you guys do a dispute. So let's actually go ahead and go to the website. If for those people that don't like to go to the website, you can call them too. Okay, don't overthink, just call. Now for the other one, I did not talk about security freeze, but you definitely can limit access to your credit report. You can do a security freeze. You can do the fraud, active duty alerts. We talked about that in Credit 101. You guys can definitely do that, and you can dispute information. It's a bureau, you guys. Think of them just like TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, but I always think about like they ain't got the number of accounts like them. They don't have a lot of people buying these reports. They have companies buying it, but just they not as huge as the main companies, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. Think about all of the stores you may have in your area, but you know that, Walmart, Target, their main store, their big stores, they got a lot of locations. It's rare that they won't have that everywhere. You know what I mean? Think of it like that. They're like a TransUnion, Equifax, Experience, a big company, but that don't mean you could not. If you don't have a Walmart or you don't have a Target, that don't mean you couldn't go somewhere else to get information, to go get things in your neighborhood. And think about them as this is another place where people can get a credit report. But you can click right here and order your report. And if you guys see anything inaccurate, you can do the dispute here. But that dispute letter that I gave you guys, and we literally just went over the dispute letter. The dispute letter that I gave to you guys in episode 13, I believe that's the one that's recorded last. Episode 13, you can use that dispute letter to remove these accounts, whatever you see on here. And when I say credit bureau name and address, you're using whatever company it is that's listed here. Again, it's 9 of them. I just went over two of them. Find out what other bureaus are there and literally treat them just like any other credit bureau. They're not special, okay? And the three credit bureaus are not special. Send dispute letter. This account should not be here. Do a follow-up dispute. Episode 13, I give you a dispute letter that you can use. And also, we talk about follow-up responses. It's nothing special, okay? But these third-party bureaus need to be checked every 3 months to make sure that the information is accurate on here. So hopefully this is helpful. If you don't have the membership already, again, I have a $1 trial down below for the first 7 days, and then after that it's only gonna be $9.99. Literally, I made it so affordable so that anybody can have it, and you guys don't have commercials like you may have on wherever you probably watching this at. Okay, so this is a good thing. This is definitely a good thing. You already have a membership. Thank you. Put any comments. If you have any questions, put the comments within the course, and then I can go ahead and answer them that way. That way you have direct connection with me, because I can answer those comments for you all. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, welcome to episode 19 of Credit 101, at least the best episodes of Credit 101. Let me back up. This is the best episodes of Credit 101. The actual episode of Credit 101 is actually episode 55. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the first steps to actually get out of debt. And I actually created a debt reduction planner. This is just to start getting the ball rolling. Say, hey, you know what? Let me just try to do this for 2 months. Let me give myself 2 months. Let me just stick to this one plan, and then I'll go from there and just keep changing my plan. That's what this is. So it's multiple steps you can do, and we're going to go over it. It's 6 steps that you have to take total, and this is an actual copy of it, but we're going to go over it. If you guys are in a membership, because it's the actual Credit 101 membership, go ahead and download it down below. You already have access to it. If you guys don't have the credit membership, it's only $1 for the first 7 days. After that, it's going to be $9.99. Like literally, I have it under $10 monthly for this, you guys. So definitely check it out. It's down below in the description and in the comments. You have over 40 different downloads like checklists, worksheets, dispute letters, and guides. Some great information. And if you guys have the membership, this could really make sure that going through these different steps can make sure that your credit score is going up. Like, this is stuff that I wanted to make sure I created for like my kids, my family. And also I just feel like if I knew this information, my credit would have always stayed lit. Since I turned 18, before I was 18, I would have made sure my credit was lit with this information. And my parents could have probably did the same thing, made sure my credit was lit. But let's go into this, because we need to think about actually reducing our debt. So this is the actual planner, you guys. So this is only going to be set a time like 3 months. Say for 3 months, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, these are cards I'm gonna pay down. We're gonna go over that. So prioritize your debts, organize your debt. You are actually create a plan to pay off the debt over time. So use this guide to track your progress and then stay motivated on your journey to the financial freedom. So the first thing is you want to start listing your debts. If for some reason you got more debts than this, that's fine. Get you another piece of paper, or just start in a regular notebook and start listening. Just put step 1, put the date at the top, because again, every 3 months you want to do it. Do step number 1 and literally just list the name of the credit card company, the total amount that you owe, what's your interest rate on it, what's the minimum payment, what's the due date for, like what day of the month is it due, what's the current balance, and what's the priority. Now, when it comes down to debts, honestly, I like to do highest interest first. And the reason why I like to do highest interest first, because I'm going to pay less over time. So I will pick whichever one have the highest interest. But you have credit cards, personal loan, car loans, student loans, medical debt. Just go ahead and fill this in. And again, this is going to be a 3-month plan right now. We're just trying to figure out what this is right now, and then we're going to come back in here and edit certain things and change certain things, because maybe you're going to pay stuff off faster. Maybe it's going to take longer. Maybe something happened. We just need to go back in here and edit a few things, so you just know where you need to start. Now, there's going to be methods. You have to choose what debt repayment strategy is best for you. Now, I told y'all, like, I love to do the avalanche method, basically. So the debt avalanche is actually the second. The first one is just a debt snowball. So that's mostly Dave Ramsey. He say focus on paying your smallest debt first. So list them in priority from the smallest debt to the highest debt. make sure that you pay the first debt first, make the minimum payment on all the other ones. If you have any money left over, make sure you guys put that additional money on the first one, the first priority, until that is paid off. And then whatever that minimum payment is, plus any extra money that you have, you start putting that on the second one that you have. That's new. That's now your first new priority. So this is going to be quick wins, and it's going to motivate you by eliminating smaller debts faster. So that is the debt snowball method. Now the debt avalanche method, this is, I'll say this for more people that's going to be very strict. You're not playing with this debt. Like, you at the point where you're like, I've had this debt for too long. I need to start getting this stuff taken care of. I need to pay this off, but I want to get it done the fastest I can get it done. And I want to basically pay the less in interest. This can be the fastest technically because you're paying less in interest. If you're paying less in interest, that extra money that you would have put on interest, you can actually put it on your additional debts. So that's why I like the debt avalanche method. So you're going to focus on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first while making the minimum payments on the others. That's what this method is. Once the highest debt is paid, then apply the payment to the next debt with the highest interest rate. This is going to save more money on interest, and it's going to be faster debt payoff overall. So you need to pick what's your strategy. Are you going to do snowball or are you going to do avalanche? Just check it off. Now, the next thing is create the monthly payment plan. So you just section to plan your debt payments each month based on your chosen repayment strategy. So you can say, hey, the debt you're going to focus on for January, maybe you could just put priority 1 and 2. What's the extra payments you're going to make? What's the minimum payment? So what's the total that you actually have paid too? So it's actually January through December on here. So you can put 2020, put the dates on here basically. I don't want to say no dates out loud because this can actually be used in the future too. We don't want to be in 2030 and this can still work. Even though it's 2024, we're recording this, but still put the dates on here, and just put what you're dedicating to pay on these different debts. Now, after that, you want to actually track your progress. So monitor the progress over time by updating your current balances each month. So you can actually have a pencil here, you guys, and you can actually pencil it in, or you can put step 4 in that notebook I was telling you about. And every month, just keep, turn the page, updating it, changing it. Or you can print this out, and this whole thing can be a monthly tracker, whatever you want to do. But put whatever your starting balance is and what's your current balance, and then what's the goal? Where do you want it to have it at? Okay. And then make sure you celebrate milestones. So set small goals and celebrate your progress that you pay off each debt. So whether if it's just paying off one credit card or you just actually reducing your total debt by a certain percentage, rewarding yourself is going to be so much better. So make sure you guys reward yourself so that you can stay motivated. I told y'all I gained a lot of weight by motivating myself with food. Now I'm motivating myself by saying, oh my gosh, once you do this, you're going to have more money to take that one trip that you want. You want to go here, and that total trip is $10,000, something like that. I'm motivating myself on things that I want for the future. And I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, you paying this off going to help with your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your family, generations to come. I motivate myself by that. Or you can just take yourself out, especially if you're on a high debt payment. Maybe you certain things you just cut out. Maybe you don't eat out, so now you go out to eat for one day. Maybe you just go pick up something. Say, okay, I'm just gonna get some fast food. It's not gonna be more than $20. You do whatever you got to do, but just make sure that you guys are rewarding yourself. That's the biggest part. And adjust your plan as needed. So your financial situation is going to change. You may need to actually adjust this plan. So review the plan every 3 months to make sure it's still working for you. And if it's not working for you, edit it. Okay, make it work for you. Maybe you was on a plan and you fell off. Okay, if you fell off, just get back on. I had that happen plenty of times, and certain things I fell off on, and I go back and I'm like, dang, I haven't did this since 2021. Certain things, not this, but like whatever it is, and I'm like, okay, it's 2024. I'm back on it. I don't care. I just want to make sure I don't have a 3-year gap anymore. Okay, maybe if I fall off, I fell off from last week. I fell off from last month or 2 months or something. I don't want to go far, but still, don't make it 3-year gap. So make sure you guys stay on top of these different things. If you have the membership, go ahead and download it below. Get y'all a notebook, like I said, and pair it with this. They can just be your debt reduction planner. Throw this right up in there. Throw this right in there and just start paying off those debts and figure out what you want, snowball or avalanche. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. Get your membership down below, $1 for the first 7 days. After that, it's literally less than 10 bucks. Seriously. I made it super cheap so anybody can have it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, welcome to episode 20 of the best episodes of Credit 101. The original episode for this one was actually Credit 101, episode 20, episode 59. So you see, we got so many documents here. If you guys are already in a membership, these are basically all the downloadables that I created, the guides, the dispute letters, the checklist, all the things that I have made for you guys, a worksheet. If I created like a worksheet or a guide for you, these are all of them here. It's literally over 40 of them. If you guys do not have a membership, go ahead and get the membership. I create all this stuff for you. At the time of record, it's only $9.99 per month, and it's a 7-day trial for just $1. So it's no reason why you guys cannot get it. And you can see it's so much valuable, so many valuable things here. So with this episode, we're going to talk about budgeting quickly and effectively. And to me, when it comes down to budget, you just need to know what's all coming in and what's all going out, literally, and then setting how much should be going out too, so that you don't go over that number. The problem is sometimes we just don't do it. And I'm going to say we, because sometimes with me, if certain things get too chaotic, I got a lot of stuff going on, I'm just like, forget it, because it's just too complicated. If I was to just dumb it down, make it easy, make it simple, I'll get it done. And that's why I created that utilization sheet that you guys can purchase too. I have the utilization tracker. I put all my credit cards on there. I know when I need to pay my credit cards. I have a due dates. If I have 0% APR credit cards, I have those highlighted. I put what day I need to make sure I pay it by to never pay interest. I just have that on there, and I just go and make sure all these things sometimes is paid off. I use that to just double check, making sure stuff is paid off. I don't make stuff complicated. I just feel like as long as it's getting done and it's effective, that's all that matters. Sometimes we make stuff so overly complicated, nothing gets done. So that's why I made this budgeting worksheet, because it's just so easy just to go through this and just make sure everything is on here and that you're paying it the way that you should pay it. So I created this for you guys. For those people that don't have a budget, this is an easy way for you guys to just get into budgeting some. So let's actually go over the budgeting worksheet together. Again, if you guys had a membership, you can download it below and you can use it, and hopefully it'll be very helpful to you guys. So the first thing is you have to calculate all the money that you have coming in. You need to know how much you have coming in to even know how much you can potentially have going out. Because if you have more money going out than going in, you have to figure out, are you using too much money on your credit cards in? Are you using your credit cards as basically a crutch for you because you don't see your expenses as much? You know, you have to look at these different things. But when it comes down to your income, you'll put your salary, your wages after your taxes on here, and this is going to be for the month, so monthly. Okay, this is not going to be for the week. For this is going to be for a month. And then also, if you have any type of side gig or freelancing gig, put it right here. Any income here, your rental income, child support or alimony, investment income, or other. Maybe you get other income from something else, whatever that is. You can go ahead and put that on this line, and then add it all up, and then that's how much you get per month. That will help you figure out how much money you have coming in per month. Now, the next thing is you need to look at your fixed monthly expenses, your rent and mortgage, your utilities, your internet and cable, your phone bill, your insurance, your car payment, your loan payments, your subscriptions, your child care, and other. These are all of your fixed expenses. This is where you're paying a certain amount per month. And I know with mine, with childcare, is actually per week that I'm paying, but I can easily do times 4. Make it simple, y'all. Or if it's 5 weeks in that month, I like to just go based off of maybe a Friday. I still go off of that, even though my income is not based off of a Friday. I still go based off of a Friday and say, hey, how many Fridays I have in this month? And I calculate that way. But with childcare, I got to pay it on a Monday, though. So maybe you'll go based off of Monday. But whatever y'all want to do, just calculate. If it's 4 you paying every week, just put 4 times, multiply by 4 or multiply by 5, depending on how many weeks it is and what day you have to actually pay it. Okay, so just calculate all of your expenses, and then track your variable expenses too. These things are not fixed. Even though groceries should be fixed, I think groceries should be a fixed amount that you're spending every month. But what's your estimated amount? When it comes down to gas, what's your estimated amount? Dining out, shopping, personal care, medical expenses, and any other expenses, what is the estimated amount that you want to pay? And then at the end of the month, you can come back in and say, what was your actual amount? Now, estimated, you want to stay at that amount. If you're budgeting a certain amount, you want to stay at that amount. Now, the next thing, set aside some money for your savings. So you may want to aim to save 20% of your income. And doing this is going to help you make sure that you have a good savings plan. So 20% of it, you could be putting money into your emergency fund. Once you have your emergency fund full, maybe you want to put into your retirement accounts where your 401k, and for me, maybe your IRA, saving for a big purchase, maybe a house or a car, putting some money to the side for that, vacation, college, or just other, whatever it is. Y'all can put whatever y'all want to put on here, but just whatever you want to save money for, you'll just make sure you put the amount that you plan to save. And then calculate your totals. What's the total monthly income? What's the total expenses on this line? What's your total variable expenses? What's your total savings? And then what you're going to do is you're going to do income minus expenses minus savings, and then that's going to tell you how much you have remaining. Okay, now you want to make adjustments. Maybe you're going to find out that, maybe go back up a little bit. Maybe you're going to find out that you don't have enough in monthly income to actually pay for all these different things. Maybe you're not going to save anything because you don't have any money really put towards savings. You got to put money on these other things. And sometimes if you find that you don't have enough monthly income, you need to cut your expenses. And not only do you guys need to cut your expenses, maybe you need to make more income too. Okay, because saving is very, very important. And that's not something you need to ditch on. You need to be saving every month, literally putting some money into your IRA every month and taking advantage of that. Now, step number 6 is just making adjustments as needed. So if your expenses, again, exceed your income, you need to find areas that you need to cut back, really. And then track your spending daily. Use apps or a notebook to record everything that you spend money on. And then cut back on non-essentials, maybe dining out and subscriptions. I am so happy that I cut back on subscriptions. Like, I'm not paying for Netflix anymore. I got Prime because I have the Prime membership. I cut back on Disney, but now Disney is included for whoever have Spectrum. And now Spectrum is paying for Paramount too, which is good. I get Peacock for free because I have Instacart. So I could have just paid for Peacock, but now I get Peacock for free because I have the Instacart membership, and that's what the Instacart is what I use to go pick up my groceries. So I love it. So just cut back on your subscriptions and remove and review your budget every month and adjust it too. Some things may change. Everything don't have to always be the same. Maybe you're gonna have changes. Maybe you're gonna have additional income. Maybe you had a raise now. Now you're getting paid more. Now you want to put more money in your savings and continue to pay yourself first. If you're not doing that, paying yourself first, please get on that. I remember hearing that years ago, and I took it to heart a little bit. Like, no, seriously, pay yourself first, especially if you're self-employed. Pay yourself first and put money into your future, because everything is cool and dandy. It's fine when you're just living and you got all your stuff taken care of now, but you're not thinking about the future. If you want to keep what you have going on right now, you really need to be putting money into your IRA every year, at least $6,000 or $6,500 or $7,000, whatever it is that you get to put in that year. You need to be putting that money to the side, because you're going to love yourself when you do that in the future. You're going to be like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. Especially when you're looking around at everybody else that ain't do what they need to do. Like, oh, y'all having problems. Okay, that means y'all didn't do what y'all need to do. Just think about things like that. Now, I'm just being honest, because these are harsh conversations I have to have with myself. And I'm having these conversations with my daughter now. It's like, hey, when you're getting paid, you have to put money to the side. I don't care about, she said, I don't want to put money in my old people account. I don't care about all this stuff. You have to budget your money. And because you're like, well, I have a subscription. Okay, but have other money for different things, and make sure you put money into your savings. So I'm starting her off now young so that she don't have to question it. She's going to already know budgeting, and she's going to already know these different things. But if you're like me, you didn't learn this until you was an adult, I have worksheets for you, and I use these worksheets myself. I just created a lot of them. I'm already starting to use some of these worksheets just to track things even better. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys get your membership. If you guys already have your membership, download your guide down below.